Theosophical movement. The Theosophical Society was founded by Madam H.P. Blavatsky and Colonel S. Olcott, founded in the USA in 1875. It later shifted to India at Adayar, Chennai in 1886. Theosophical Society stimulated a study of Hindu classics, especially the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. The Theosophical Society also played an important role in the revival of Buddhism in India. Western interest in Hindu scriptures gave educated Hindus great pride in their tradition and culture. Contribution of Annie Besant. In India, the movement became further popular with the election of Annie Besant as its president after the death of Olcott. She played a role in Indian nationalist politics and formed the Home Rule League, demanding home rule to India on the lines of Ireland. Annie Besant spread theosophical ideas through her newspapers called New India and Commonwealth. Anti-caste movements. First one, Jyotiba Phule. Jyotiba Govindrao Phule was born in 1827 in Maharashtra. He opened the first school for untouchables in 1852 in Pune. He launched the Satya Sadhak Samaj, that is, Truth Seekers Society, in 1870 to stir the non-Brahmin masses to self-respect. Phule opposed child marriage and supported widow marriage. Jyotiba and his wife Savitri Phule devoted their lives for the uplift of the depressed classes and women. Jyotiba opened orphanages and homes for widows. His work, Gulmagri, that is, slavery, is an important text that summarized many of his radical ideas. Narayana Guru. Born to poor parents in Kerala, Narayana Guru evolved into a poet and a scholar in Malayalam, Tamil and Sanskrit. Disturbed by the terrible caste tyranny that the lower caste people suffered, he dedicated his whole life for the betterment of the oppressed. He set up the Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam, an organization to work for the uplift of the depressed classes. He established a grand temple at Aruvipuram and dedicated it to all. Thinkers and writers such as Kumaran Azan and Dr. Palpu were influenced by his ideas and carried forward the movement. Ayyankali. Ayyankali was born in 1863 at Venganur in Thiruvananthapuram, then in the princely state of Travancore. The discrimination he faced as a child turned him into a leader of an anti-caste movement and who later fought for the basic rights including access to public spaces and entry to schools. Inspired by Sri Narayana Guru, Ayyankali founded the Sadhu Jana Paripalana Sangam, that is, Association for the Protection of the Poor, in 1907. Islamic reforms. After the suppression of Great Revolt of 1857, Indian Muslims looked to Western culture with suspicion. The community feared that Western education, Western culture and Western ideas would endanger their religion. Therefore, only a small section of Muslims accepted the new avenues for modern education. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Born in Delhi into a noble Muslim family, Syed Ahmad Khan thought that a lack of education, especially modern education, had harmed the Muslims greatly and kept them backward. He exhorted the Muslims to accept Western science and take up government services. He founded a scientific society and translated many English books, especially science books, into Urdu. He believed that the interest of the Muslims would be best served if they bonded with the British government rather than pitch in with the rising nationalist movement. So he advised the Muslims to take English education and to concentrate in it. Aligarh movement. Syed Ahmad Khan's movement, the Aligarh movement, is so called because it was centered around the Aligarh Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College founded by him in 1875, which is a landmark in the history of Indian Muslim education. The college was raised to the status of the university in 1920. Deoband movement. Deoband was a revivalist movement organized by the Orthodox Muslim ulema. The ulema, under the leadership of Muhammad Qasim Bondari and Rashid Ahmad Gangotri, founded the school at Deoband in the Saharanpur district of the UP in 1866. The school curricula shut out English education and Western culture. The instruction imparted was in original Islamic religion, and the aim was moral and religious regeneration of the Muslim community. Maulana Muhammadul Hasan became the new Deoband leader. The Jamaat ul Ulema, led by him, gave concrete shape to Hasan's ideas of protection of the religious and political rights of the Muslims in the overall context of Indian unity. Parsi Reform Movement. In the middle of the 19th century, the reform activities began in Mumbai. Fardunji Navroji founded the Rahman Mazdiyasan Sabha in 1851. Rast Goftar was the main voice of the movement. Bagramaji Malabari organized a campaign for legislation against the practice of child marriage. The community produced many leaders such as Feroz Shah Mehta and Din Shah Wacha, who played a big role in the early Congress. Sikh Reform Movement, Nirankaris and Namdaris. Among the Sikhs of Punjab too, there were attempts to reform. Baba Dayal Das, founder of the Nirankari movement, stressed the worship of God as Nirankar, rejection of idols, rejection of rituals associated with idolatry, reverence for the authority of Guru Nanak and of the Adi Granth formed the essence of his teachings. He reiterated the prohibition of meat eating and liquor consumption. Namdari movement, founded by Baba Ram Singh, was another socio-religious movement among the Sikhs. The Namdaris insisted on wearing the symbols of Sikhism except the kirpan. Instead, Baba Ram Singh wanted his followers to carry a lathi. It considered both men and women equal and accepted widow remarriage. It prohibited the dowry system and child marriage. Social reformers of Tamil Nadu. Ramalinga Swamigal, popularly known as Vallalar. Ramalinga Swamigal or Ramalinga Adigal was born in Marudu, a village near Chidambaram. After his father's death, his family moved to his brother's house at Chennai. Despite having no formal education, he gained immense scholarship. Ramalinga emphasized the bonds of responsibility and compassion between living beings. He expressed the view that those who lack compassion for suffering beings are hard-hearted, their wisdom clouded. He showed his compassion and mercy on all living beings, including plants. This he called Jiva Karunya. He established the Samarasa Veda Sanmarga Sangam in 1865 and it was renamed Samarasa Suddha Sanmarga Sangam Satya Sangam, which means a society for pure truth in universal selfhood. Ramalinga also established a free feeding house for everyone irrespective of caste at Vadalur in the wake of a terrible famine in South India in 1866. His voluminous songs were compiled and published under the title Thiruvarutpa. Ayodhidasar. Pandita Ayodhidasar was a radical Tamil scholar, writer, a Siddha medicine practitioner, journalist, and a socio-political activist. Born in Chennai, he was fluent in Tamil, English, Sanskrit, and Pali languages. He campaigned for social justice and worked for the emancipation of the untouchables from the caste clutches. He worked for the construction of a casteless identity and castigated caste hegemony and untouchability. He considered education as an important tool for empowerment and became the driving force behind the establishment of several schools for the untouchables in Tamil Nadu. Pandita Ayodhidasar founded the Adi Dravida Sabha to raise the voice for the temple entry of the untouchables in 1882. John Rathinam and Ayodhidasar established a movement called Dravida Kalaham and launched a magazine called Dravida Pandian in 1885. He founded the Dravida Mahajana Sabha in 1891 and organized the first conference of Association of Nilgiris. Pandita Ayodhidasar was disappointed with Hindu Dharma, which served as the basis for propagation and validating caste in Hindu society. Influenced by the Theosophist organizer Colonel H.S. Olcott, he went to Sri Lanka in 1898 and converted to Buddhism. In the same year, he founded the Sakya Buddhist Society at Madras to construct the rational religious philosophy through Buddhist religion. He started a weekly journal, Oru Paisa Tamilan, in 1907 and published it until his demise in 1914.